Situasi banjir di Sabah bertambah buruk dengan peningkatan jumlah mangsa yang berlindung di Pusat Pemindahan Sementara PPS pagi ini. Jumlah mangsa meningkat kepada 3,134 orang.
Daerah Penampang mencatatkan angka tertinggi.
NADMA masih diberi tanggungjawab untuk mengkoordinasikan operasi menyelamat mangsa banjir.
Malaysia has an equatorial climate that is hot and humid throughout the year. The country's weather patterns are shaped by two major monsoon regimes. The southwest monsoon, which typically begins from late May to September, and the northeast monsoon from November to March. The northeast monsoon brings heavy rainfall, especially to the east coast states of Peninsular Malaysia, Western Sarawak, and Eastern Sabah, while the southwest monsoon generally brings relatively drier weather. These seasonal shifts play a significant role in influencing the types of disasters we face, whereby Malaysia is especially prone to hydrometeorological events such as floods and storms. In addition, Malaysia is also vulnerable to geophysical hazards, including landslides. The impact of the northeast monsoon was profoundly felt in 2014 when a major flood struck the state of Kelantan and several other parts of the country. The disaster affected hundreds of thousands of people and resulted in losses exceeding 2.9 billion ringgit. Drawing lessons from this challenging experience, the government of Malaysia established the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, in 2015 to strengthen disaster management and risk reduction through a dedicated national agency formed through the consolidation of the Disaster Management Division, the Post-Flood Recovery Unit, UPPB, and the SMART team. NADMA now serves as the central coordinating agency for disaster management and risk reduction in Malaysia. On an annual basis, floods remain the most significant disaster risk in Malaysia. Approximately 13.4% of the country's land area has been identified as flood-prone, putting some 10.4 million people at risk to be affected. Malaysia is also exposed to other disaster threats, many of which are linked to human activities. All forms of disasters continue to have profound impacts on both the lives of the people and the nation's economy. Therefore, NADMA places key focus on planning preparedness measures, coordinating responses, and implementing disaster risk reduction strategies to minimize the adverse impacts of any disaster. Preparedness is at the heart of NADMA's mission. Working hand in hand with strategic partners, the agency conducts disaster drills and integrated simulation exercises to stay ready for any eventualities. Guided by NADMA Directive Number 1, it coordinates all aspects of disaster management in an integrated, coordinated, and systematic manner. Through this unified approach, NADMA brings together response and technical agencies as one seamless team. Through the National Disaster Command Center, or NDCC, NADMA monitors real-time disaster information nationwide, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The disaster management system operates through a three-tiered mechanism. At Level 1, disasters are managed by the District Disaster Management Committee. At Level 2, the State Disaster Management Committee takes charge. And at Level 3, national level direction is provided by the Federal Disaster Management. NADMA also oversees the Special Malaysia Disaster Assistance and Rescue Team, SMART, and elite unit accredited by the United Nations INSARAG as a heavy urban search and rescue team. Equipped with advanced expertise and specialized tools, SMART can be deployed swiftly to disaster zones both within Malaysia and across international borders. In the post-disaster phase, NADMA is responsible to ensure that financial aid, Bantuan Wang Ihsan, is dispersed to victims registered at temporary evacuation centers. At the same time, NADMA promptly reviews damage and loss assessment reports submitted by JPBN and JPBD. NADMA also brings together Rakan NADMA, a network of non-governmental organizations, dedicated volunteers, and private sector partners. Their role is crucial, ensuring that humanitarian aid, logistical support, and volunteer manpower are mobilized efficiently. NADMA embraces an inclusive approach to disaster management, empowering all stakeholders through a whole-of-society framework under the Community-Based Disaster Risk Management (CBDRM) program. This initiative strengthens national resilience while aligning with the commitment to leave no one behind. As part of the government's strategic drive to enhance disaster management, NADMA continually seeks improvement through research, capacity building, training, and the sharing of expertise. These efforts strengthen collaboration both nationally and internationally, while fostering community resilience. At the same time, NADMA contributes its expertise at regional and global levels through various international frameworks and agreements, including the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction 2015-2030, the ASEAN Agreement on Disaster Management and Emergency Response, NADMA, as well as its commitment towards the achievement of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. In line with these commitments, Malaysia has developed the National Disaster Risk Reduction Policy, which aims to reduce loss of life and economic losses resulting from disasters. NADMA is always at the forefront, tackling challenges and coordinating the nation's disaster management efforts. All of these initiatives are driven by a single purpose: to build resilient, safe, and thriving communities. NADMA, disaster ready, our shared responsibility.